Hi there, I'm Drew Badger, the world's #1 English fluency guide, and it is a pleasure to welcome you to 2019. This is our first video of the new year, so hello and welcome. I hope you are excited to begin a new year, just learning, continuing to improve, and hopefully this year becomes the year for you. If you decide to make it, it can be the year you become a confident speaker and a fluent speaker as well. Today I want to talk about an interesting idea, just kind of to remind people always to think in a different way about how you learn, because most people, if you just do the same thing again and again, if you keep learning the traditional way, watching more videos about learning English, especially if you're watching them in your native language, you're not going to become a better speaker. You're going to learn more, but are you going to become fluent? And if you want to become fluent, you need to learn more in English and you need to speak more. So today I wanted to talk about what I call like angles of approach. So how you approach something, whatever your particular target happens to be. Humans, we have an interesting way of trying to get something as quickly as possible. We think we can go directly to a particular target in a direct way that we think we can go in. Now, I know that sounds kind of like a confusing idea, but as an example, like people want to do something like I want to go to a particular college, or I want to achieve fluency, or I want to do something. We all have ideas about how we think this is going to happen. So I'm going to get fluent by reading textbooks or practicing or doing this other thing. So you have an idea about how you're going to do these things, but often, and this is the point of this video, we don't get to where we want to go directly. There's always like some kind of different way or something unexpected. We still get where we want to go, but it's thinking about it more in an indirect way. Now, as an example, let's say I'll draw like this is a pretty girl at a bar over here, and she's like talking with her friends, and some guy walks up to her and he's interested. He says, "Wow, that's a good-looking girl over there. I want to ask her out. I want to try to get her phone number or something." Now, let's say he walks up to her. Now, he's thinking in his mind, "Wow, it would be great to have sex with that girl." Or maybe not. Maybe he's not thinking that specifically, but like most men are, thinking about that. Anyway, if he were to ask her about that directly, imagine if he walks up like his kind of main goal is to walk up and say, "You look very attractive. Would you like to have sex with me this evening?" Now, she might, slap him or throw some water in his face or something like that you've probably seen in the movies or even in real life. But when he's looking at, someone like that, and he walks up and directly tries to go after what he's interested in, he's not going to get it. Now, this is the same thing even for just regular men. You're not even trying to get sex or whatever right from the very beginning. But men that try too hard to get a girl, and that makes the girl not interested. So it's a really weird thing that, like, I remember I did that. Like, there was, a girl that I would be chasing or something like that for a really long time, working really hard, trying to, like send her flowers and do all these other things. But what I didn't realize when I was younger is that usually doesn't work. I mean, unless the girl is already interested in you, and, often that's not really happening. But the point is that trying to go directly to that thing, it often pushes that thing away from you further. So, like another example, again, like I just talk about this because hopefully people understand that, but just to connect that with the idea of fluency, the goal people have is to become a fluent speaker. And so they're trying to get to that however they think that is possible to do. So they want to maybe, again, learn through textbooks, or I'm going to learn a bunch of phrases. I'm going to watch some videos on YouTube right now about how to improve. But what really people should be doing, the kind of different angle, well, even before I do this, just as an example with the men, keep you in suspense for a moment. But for men, like, actually just kind of focusing on yourself in the sense that, like, I'm going to stop trying to chase women. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to improve myself. And something magical happens. The women become interested and end up like coming after you instead. Now, this isn't for everyone, but again, working on yourself and doing things like that without trying to chase someone, you begin attracting people to you because you become more attractive yourself. So this is just one example of how this, instead of trying to go at something directly, you're thinking about it in a different way, but you actually get the result you want faster. So this doesn't mean like it takes longer this way. It's more about doing something that's actually getting you to the goal, what you need to be doing for that goal. Hopefully I'm explaining this well and not being too confusing. Anyway, so this is what we have for simple relationships between men and women, and this is not like all men and all women, but just as an example. Now, in the case of fluency, people are thinking every day and they're like, how can I get fluent? How can I get fluent? And I talk with learners about fluency because it's such an important idea for them. But what I really want them to focus on, here it is, it's an amazing idea. Let me see, let me write it here. It might be kind of hard to see, C-O-N-V-E-R, conversations. Now, trying to focus on conversations instead, the reason you do this and it naturally brings you up to fluency is because you only get fluent by speaking. So even if you only begin having conversations just like little children, and I tell the story often about how I learned to speak Japanese and what changed me from learning the traditional way to learning in the native way that I teach now, or the natural way that I teach now, is just watching children. And even right now, having a young daughter who's learning to speak and just seeing what she does, she begins with very simple words and phrases like hello and what's this and what's that. And it's just speaking that actually delivers her to fluency. Now, the problem with most learners is they think that they need to kind of like study and study and study and study. Oh, I can't speak yet because I don't know enough. Or I need to keep on learning because I don't quite understand people. So I need to know everything before I can speak. So they're waiting, and it's mostly because people are nervous. So if you out there, you're watching this video and you know a lot of English, and you should know if you're watching this video because most of the English I'm explaining here it's pretty easy English. It's not beginner or basic English, but it should be really easy to understand. But if you are the kind of person who is waiting for a magical moment where you get fluent and then you finally speak, it's not going to come. And I remember I had the same experience happen to me when I was learning Japanese. I would be kind of studying and studying and studying, more flashcards, more of this every day. But because I just didn't speak, again, I'm not trying to get directly to that thing how I think I'm going to do it. I just do the one thing I need to do to become a good speaker, and that's just speak. So even if you only begin something with a hello or how are you, or like as the example that I've used when talking with students, I went to a grocery store in Japan near my home and I just said, where's the milk? Where's the ice cream? Where is this? And I just practiced that because that's what's giving me a good conversation. So conversations, even if they are simple, they give you confidence, which automatically brings you up here to fluency. So I'm drawing this in a way, it looks like it's moving away from that, but it's the fastest way to get here. Does that make sense? So when you're thinking about the angle of approach at something, how you think you're going to do it, if you're not already making progress a little bit now, that way is probably not going to work. But the interesting thing is you're going to make progress, and I'll make another video about this soon, but it's pretty easy to tell what works because it works a little bit. So I'll explain more about that later. In another video coming up. But again, this idea, instead of trying to like study and study and study and think you need to know more and more and more, you're going to learn more and hopefully you become able to speak, it's much better, even if you make mistakes, to just start speaking with people. Now you can begin with just commenting online or speaking to the people around you. Just say hello. Even if you just say hello, that's going to help build your confidence. So you start speaking more, and that's how you actually get fluent. So when you think about the things you want in life, if you're not getting what you want and you keep making that same effort, then be willing to try something different. Don't worry about making a mistake when you open your mouth, because each time you open your mouth, you are guaranteed to improve. Either you say something well and you feel good, or you make a mistake, but you learn how to say something good in the same way. And either way, it still makes you feel great. So these are things to remember as you're learning. So remember this as you're beginning your 2019. I hope this is a powerful video for you. Let me know in the comments below if this made sense. Again, trying to think about going after something directly the way you think it's going to happen. Usually it's not happening, especially if it's not working. Like I sent the girl flowers and she didn't like them. So should I send her more flowers? Probably not. No, I should probably try to do something different or not send her anything at all and just focus on myself and improve myself and watch what happens later when I improve and she starts coming to me naturally. Again, this is just one example, but it works exactly the same way for fluency and the other things we want to do in life. If this video helped you, do give this video a like, comment down below let me know what specifically about the video you enjoyed, and let me know if there are other questions you have so I can help you with those. If you'd like to learn more, you can click on the link in the upper right of this video where I can give you specific personalized advice for your situation, whatever it is you struggle with. It could be reading, writing, listening, speaking. All of these things are connected. And if you can improve your weakest fluency habit, the thing that you're struggling with the most, your biggest, most painful communication problem, that's going to help you become a fluent speaker much faster. So click on the link in the upper right where you can get your free personalized guide for whatever problem you have, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye. If you'd like to learn hundreds more useful words and phrases, subscribe to the EnglishAnyone.com YouTube channel. And be sure to click the bell icon to be notified when we release new videos. And if you'd like to know exactly what to do to become a successful English speaker, click on the link in this video or on the link in the description below this video to tell me what your biggest communication problem is. Answer 5 quick questions and I'll send you a free personalized guide that will help you start speaking more like a native today. It takes less than a minute and you can download your free guide instantly. So click on the link in this video or on the link in the description below this video and start getting fluent now. See you in the next video.